Hey, this is Steven from LegitTechTutorials, and welcome back to our product design series. We are designing more stuff for the multi-shooter, which is the automatic spooler and dimensional control module. So we are getting close to the end of the initial roughing out phase. So we have a few more things to put together. Right now, off the top of my head, looking at it, we're going to need eventually we're going to need I guess you could call it a winder, something that goes back and forth between these two pieces. So it's like a little servo piece that goes back and forth like this, that basically winds the filament onto that spool. And then we're going to need the pulley that goes down underneath this guy, and we're also going to need to do some modifications on this guy to make sure that that it fits, that spring fits, or the FSR Interlink 402 fits in here. So we're going to modify that, and then we might get to this spooler, and then we might get to changing this guy to be a circle so that it will fit the motor on there. Alright, so first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make the pulley. So first thing we're going to do is draw a sketch on the bottom. We're going to do center diameter circle. Sorry if my cat starts making some noise. Whenever I start recording, she starts to freak out. She was okay just a second ago, and she starts to freak out. Alright. So, center diameter circle. Okay, so what did I say what did I say it was going to be? The backside? Oh, no, we did. Let's, okay. 1.5 inch. So we had a 1.5 inch pulley. Oops. Circle, center diameter circle, 1.5 inch. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're again gonna use a loft. So we're gonna do 1.5, and this is going to be the big diameter, and then we're gonna have a center diameter that will actually, this is gonna be our center diameter, because how I set that up is gonna be the center. So we need to extend this. 3 inches is pretty big. 3 inches. I got my calipers here again. 3 inches is pretty big. So let's do like 2.5. 2.5 right now. All right. So that's what we want there. Construct. Give me a second. Oh, okay, my. Okay, so we got that, and the next portion that we're going to do here is we're going to go down here, and I'm going to measure from here to here. Length, distance. Cool. So this is going to have to be about... Oh, that's not what I wanted to measure. I wanted to measure distance from here to there. Measure here to here. 1 inch. So that's fine. 1 inch is fine. Not exactly. No, that's fine. Okay, so what we're gonna want is we're gonna want this guy to be 1 inch, so that means that the center is at the middle section's at 0.5, and then we're gonna draw this guy here, and we're gonna do this one's gonna have a 1.5 circle, 1.5 circle, Stop that sketch. There she is. Construct here. Project another 1/2 inch. And we're gonna do a sketch on here to be what this other guy was, which was a 2.5. Okay, then we're gonna do the standard lofting procedure. Might need to get a little bit more of a better view of those so I can easily select. Alright, so we're gonna loft from here to here to here. And how am I going to want this? Am I gonna want it straight? Oops, 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 oops. I wonder why they're not. So this is more of like a pull. I mean, this is okay, but I'm wondering why it's not like straight. What the hell? On this build, they screwed up quite a bit on the graphical engine. What the hell is that? It's a big black hole. Anyways. Okay, that's good. And then what we'll also build here is we'll build the we'll also do some amendments on the bottom here. So what we're gonna have is we need a hole for where the bearing is gonna go, and then we're gonna need a hole for the shaft. So what I think we should do on this guy is we should just have a bearing in the middle. So bearing you kind of like press in there. So what I mean by that, we'll do that in a second. Oops, that was off center. Ah, can't do that. It's floating. Not necessarily. I could do. Well, for right now, let's take a look at it. So let's just do just like the other one, where it's like 0.5 or whatever was on the whatever was on this guy. Dimensional control. Oops. Okay, cool. Good guess. Stop sketch. Show that original sketch. And then extrude. Sketch 1, 2, 3. Yep. Extrude this. Oops. Cut. To object to here. Cut that. Alright, so the question is, I really don't want to have two, oops. I really don't want to have two bearings on this guy. I want to only have one bearing. Yeah. It would have to be at the top here, because the bottom's going to have issues with that. So, I only want to have one bearing. Let's do that, or we only have one bearing in this guy. This guy is going to be taking a lot of tension. So yeah, let's just have 2 bearings on this guy, just to distribute the load for right now. So what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna have this be the sleeve that we press the bearings into, but we want a point where it kind of stops. Well, you could also just kind of put a plug in there. Well, let's try this for right now, just as practice. We might use it, we might not. So now I'm trying to think of how I'm going to put it in there. So what I'm thinking is maybe do like a little pyramid that comes out of the side at a 45, come up. So what we could do with that is we could just drill. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that. Let's drill. Okay. So what I'll do with that is I'll delete this guy. Delete. And on the first picture, edit sketch, delete. Stop sketch. Actually, on that sketch, I want to put a little dot there. Put a dot there. Point. And then we're going to drill a hole. Create hole. Alright. Then we're going to drill in. No target bodies. Uh-oh. Wait, how did... There it goes. But I don't want that. I want distance. Okay, so this is going to go like 1/2 inch or so. Oops. 0.25. And it's going to be 180 tip. So basically what's going to happen is it's just going to taper that in, so hopefully that bearing's only 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to do the same up here on this last guy. I'm going to put another point as well. And then I'm going to re-engage that one. I'm going to drill a hole. It's going to be that way. It's going to be 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Diameter is 0.5. And now you shouldn't see all the way through. Okay, cool. So now this guy's going to have a sleeve. And this doesn't actually I need to change that because that's 118 degrees, right? So in order to close that, it needs to be 45. So what I'm going to do is change this to 45, 60. Ooh, 60. Might have to do 60. 60 is a little extreme. I mean that's fine. If you could see through it, it's fine. Just 45 is preferable, as it's pretty good for. Oh yeah, this guy's got to be changed too. So yeah, now you're gonna have all different types of hell going loose here. Let's see what that looks like. It's kind of weird, but it has a little shoulder, so you can only press the bearing in so far, which is what I like. So now we have a pulley with 2 holes, and now I'm curious, just to BS around. It's not really that big of an issue, but bodies, body 1, physical material, plastics. ABS plastic. Alright. I need to figure out how to create my own, because PET clear. ABS. What was the first one? Oh, the first one's ABS. So I don't think they have. They have a PET, PVC, plastic, polycarbonate. They could have PLA in here under a different name. I'm not quite sure. It's thermoplastic resin. Yeah, so let's go back to bodies, properties. Oh. Why is my left click not working? There it goes. Okay, glitched out there for a second. Okay. We're going to have to change this just really quick over to centimeters. Reason being is that I know that PLA is 1.25. Whoa. 1.25 grams per centimeter cubed, so that's way off. So let's go back to physical materials. Use ABS for right now. Until I figure out how to create my own plastic. In here. Okay, so yeah, here's 1.06. PLA's standard 1.25 or so. So about 45 grams. I got my calculator right here actually. So I'm just gonna take 4.265 multiplied by 1.25. And I'm going to divide that by about, multiply that by about 0.20. So that's about 11 grams a piece. 11 grams of print. I guess a whole bunch of glitches going on in this particular one. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And move on to this guy. Alright, so we need to do a few things. So a lot more of these videos are going to start to be kind of more finishing things rather than making new pieces. So what I mean by that is going back in here and seeing that there's going to be an issue with something and changing that. Okay, so that obviously we see is a issue, and we see this piece right here is also an issue because it's not an actual line. Oh wait, maybe I can. This. There. So I need to over constrain this. This one is equal. Oops. Okay. Everything seems to be equal here. That's fine. Alright, and that's parallel. Okay. That's fine. Now when we extrude, ooh, what happened? Interesting. Is this sketch? No, it's this one. Oh yeah, it needs to be, instead of that, which I think is this extrusion, it needs to be 1 inch now. -1. There it is. That's a nice big brace. 1 inch is pretty big. But for right now, it's gonna work for right now. Okay, and then I'm gonna need to go underneath and see this guy, get a sketch on this guy. This is gonna be, wait, was that correct? 1 second, let me go grab my got my FSR. Another thing that I'm thinking about, I'm also going to need to do, so I'm also going to need to do the, yeah, this is 0.75. So, this guy's supposed to be 0.75. There it is. Some sketch. Alright, so that's good there. Also, another thing is we're going to need to do those 2 holes. So I need to do this quick, as I also want to do the holder that holds the pulley on there. Alright, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so what's the distance from this guy to that guy? This distance is 0.35. Okay. This guy could actually be smaller than that. It doesn't need to be that big. Okay, so 0.35. Ah, that's definitely not going to fit. Okay. So we're going to have to edit this sketch then. Is this 45? Is that what that purpose was supposed to be? Dimension. That does not look. I need to draw a parallel real quick. Construction line. Ah. That's fine. 0.50 is fine. Oops. Not okay. That's fine. That's fine right there. But what we do is make this guy a little thinner, maybe. I really don't want to go quarter inch. Quarter inch is kind of bad. But now it's extra it's thicker, so maybe 0.35 instead. Oops. There we go. And this guy is not supposed to be doing that. There we go. What the hell? Okay. These guys should be equal, I think. Does that look right? Something here doesn't look right. Can't wait to print these pieces. Ooh, that doesn't, yeah, that's not right. So something is not dimensioned correctly. This one's equal to that one. Oops. Why the hell are they doing that? Okay, that looks fine for right now. It's not really the type of support that I wanted there. And it's still not really going to give us the room that we are looking for. Because Whereas this guy is 0.35 over. It's 0.35. That's already like that's still like inside. Alright, well, this guy is gonna have to wait. Alright, so let's do the last rough design that we have. I mean, there's probably gonna be more, but can you move this over? No, I guess not. Okay. This is gonna be again in inches. And we are going to be doing the piece that comes out of the pulley mount, that bolt hole right there. Why is this not? Oh, it's in sketch mode. It's going to be this piece that bolts on this bottom guy right there. So it bolts onto the bottom guy, and then this guy bolts onto there. So all it's going to be is it's going to be gonna be long. It's gonna be. This is what it's gonna look like. Okay, so we're gonna have a line that is at least. So let's do like again 1.5 or so. 1.5. It's not 1.5. 7.5. 0.75. 0.75. 0.75 by 0.75 by 0.75 right there. And then these are going to be parallel to each other. This one's parallel to that one, just so they don't tweak out. And then this one and this one. This one's construction line. This one's also a construction line. And with that, well, I'm gonna have to move it because this is on center. Let's do again. This guy's gonna have a lot of force on it. Gotta be at least 0.5 by 0.5 square, and then this guy's gonna be off by 0.25. So this is gonna be 1 inch. This guy's also gonna be 1 inch. I'm gonna draw another square. 0.5, 0.5. Alright, so now these guys are basically going to be towers that come up and then they go 45, just like all the rest of them been doing. And they have to be extruded taller than the pulley's dimensions, radius. And also we need to put a hole somewhere, not exactly all the way down at the bottom. So we need to have a slight offset on the side. So let's give it, the hole is 0.50. So let's give it 0.50 off from the bottom. Give it a 1/4 inch off of the bottom. Or 0.35 or something off the bottom. It's 0.35, so it's down here, 0.35 plus 0.5 plus this, plus that radius. Which the radius is 1.25. Okay, so again we're going to do radius 1.25. So I'm just gonna do calculator right now because I'm kind of tired. 1.25 plus 0.35 plus the diameter, so that's the hole, which is 2.1. And then that is barely touching, so let's do 2.5. Because we don't want it to touch. Uh-oh. Did I not select the other geometry? Nope. Alright, so there she is. Alright. Then we'll get to that in a second, putting the other stuff down there. But right now, we're going to do the same thing again, create a sketch off the front. And this guy is going to be same thing as before, something like that. And then something like this. And then these two are going to be parallel. This one parallel to that one. And again. Oops. This one, and then this one parallel to that one, this one parallel to that one, and all these are equal. Okay, and then these are obviously going to coincide, but right now I don't have that set up. Rectangle, point. It's going to be like that. It doesn't have to be too thick. Just going to have to hold it. And then this guy is actually going to come up and clip there. So let's just have them coincide. This guy is going to coincide with this guy. This guy is going to coincide with this guy. There we go. There we go. That's not closed geometry. Why is it not closed geometry? There we go. Okay. And then this guy's just going to have a little bolt that pops down there. Okay, so this is 0.5, as we've done many times. Here, here, here. 0.50, boom. There she is. Oh, I also need to check that last sketch to make sure that the angle's okay off of the horizontal. If it's printable. Sketch dimension from here to there. Ooh. 65 degrees. Okay. Stop sketch. What do we have here? 0.40. That's fine. Okay, so we'll have to fix that here soon. Fix that particular issue there. As far as 0.65, that's way too far. Especially with my current printer not really having any sort of cooling. All right, so 0.35 to the center of the circle. And then this guy is 0.50. Oh. Oh, which reminds me, we also need a second circle that is punched through so that the shaft could actually go through on the pulley. So we could also do that. Oops. Cut. Oops. Oops. And there she is. Alright, and then I'm going to do a hole again on top. Here, right in the center, right smack dab in the center. Do a point. point, square, rectangle, center point. Oops, not a rectangle, but a circle. And then, what is this guy saying here? .15. Wow, that's small. That is small. Can't be right. .15 is really small. It's got to at least be a 1/4 inch bolt. Alright, so let's just do 1/4 inch for right now. 0.25. Stop sketch. Extrude. Cut. 2. Wow, we were way over time. Oops. What the hell? What the hell? There we go. Okay, so before I get on the pulley, we'll do this last piece here. On the pulley, we'll go edit the first sketch. And then on this guy, we are gonna put a circle, 1/4 inch circle, 0.25, 0.25. And then we're going to want to show the first sketch again. Oh! Looks like it did its job for us. Slightly bigger than the circle. And that's perfect. Alright, well, that will be it for this video. Thanks guys for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe for more videos like it, and this series and other series as well. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Take it easy. Have a good day. Peace.